When Boriss Bendrups stepped onto the Voice Australia stage and launched into his version of Maneater, no one expected what came next. At first, people thought this would be just another upbeat performance, but within seconds, Boriss had the audience leaning in, completely caught off guard by his raw tone and commanding delivery. It wasn't just a song, it was a performance that made people stop, listen, and feel something. And that's exactly why this audition has caught everyone's attention. His voice had that mix of power, control, and emotion that made listeners say, wow, this guy is different. Before we dive into what people are saying about Boriss, let me ask you, what did you think of his blind audition? Did his version of Maneater impress you? Drop your thoughts below, because this is one audition that's definitely sparking conversations. Now, let's get into the public reaction. Some people couldn't hold back their excitement, calling Boriss incredibly talented and even one of their favorites of the season. One reaction summed it up perfectly. Yes, Boriss. So talented. Another person simply said it was awesome, while someone else described the performance as absolute fire. There was this feeling that Boriss not only did justice to the original song, but also brought his own edge to it. Others praised his ability to turn a classic track into something fresh. A few pointed out how surprising it was. They expected another fun, standard audition, but instead they got chills. One person even admitted, I started watching thinking it was going to be upbeat, but wow, that wow factor really stuck with people. And some even said it gave them goosebumps. The first goosebumps moment of the season. There was also a lot of love for how Boriss has carried himself. His confidence, stage presence, and control over his vocals made him stand out. Someone said they loved this version of Maneater so much that they ranked Boriss in their top 3 favorites. That's a big statement considering how many talented singers step onto that stage. Of course, not everyone agreed. A couple of voices felt the season as a whole wasn't as strong as previous ones, saying the Voice Australia has gone downhill. But interestingly, even with those criticisms, many defended Boriss directly, pointing out that his audition was exactly the kind of performance that proves real talent is still there. One fan put it bluntly, ignore the hate, this was absolute fire. And then there were those curious about the next step, asking which team Boriss chose and where his journey will go from here. That curiosity shows just how much he left people wanting more. What makes this performance so powerful is that it wasn't just a cover. People described it as a fresh interpretation, a great version, and even karaoke done at its finest. It shows that Boriss managed to take an iconic song and make it his own, something not every artist can do. So overall, the reaction has been a mix of excitement, surprise, and admiration. While a few voices were critical of the season in general, the majority praised Boriss for bringing something unique, unexpected, and memorable to the stage. And in a show like The Voice, standing out is everything. The big question now is, where does Boriss go from here? Can he carry this energy through the next rounds, or was this his peak moment? One thing is certain, his audition has already set the tone for what could be a standout journey on The Voice Australia 2025. So what do you think? Did Boriss's performance of Maneater give you goosebumps too? Was this one of the strongest auditions so far? Let me know your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can join the conversation. Because if this is just the beginning for Boriss Bendrups, then the best may be yet to come.